what are your childhood memories? Or like as a student or as a child, what was it like for you?
At that time, my age was around some 6 class. I was in 6 or 7, but that was the age. So I conspired with one of my cousin brothers to do some business in the wildlife selling.
You were in 6th class
Class
and you wanted to sell wildlife.
wildlife. Wildlife means
That is a wild business.
wild business.
Hello and welcome to the show Skill Tree Education Evangelist of India Season 3, powered by Great Place to Study, the first ever web series dedicated to the education fraternity. It's an initiative to salute the educationists who put their step forth in bringing a fresh change in the world of education. But before we start the show, do we really know who is an education evangelist? What does it take to become an evangelist? Let us know from the evangelist himself. Let's welcome today's guest, the chairman of IIAS Education Group, Mr. Abhijit De. Hello, Mr. De.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you for coming. Please have a seat. Thank you for coming all the way from Siliguri and Calcutta to our show.
I am feeling great and
Yeah.
as well as humbled and honored.
You are an educationist. You run 2 institutes
Right.
in Kolkata and Siliguri,
Siliguri.
and they are in hospitality.
Primarily in hospitality management, and we are offering the BBA program also, Bachelor in Business Administration.
Okay. So how did it happen? Please talk us through that journey.
Yeah. In fact, I was born in 1955 in Kolkata, but I was raised in the ancestral house, which is a joint family. The place of the name of the place is Chuchura. It is a Dutch colony, former Dutch colony in the suburb of Kolkata. Regarding my education, I did my schooling from a Bengali medium school. And my father, actually, he was the first generation entrepreneur who started his manufacturing unit in the electrical measuring instruments. So once I was in the final stage of my schooling as well as the beginning of my college career, I was partly involved in the family business. So I used to travel with sometime with my father, sometime with some office staffs to atomic energy establishments, Indian Railways, various institutions all over India. So that was a good learning ground. So I felt that subsequently I should go for the entrepreneurship instead of a typical job. I noticed in the newspaper that the new company called NIIT has started establishing some computer training institutes in Kolkata and other locations. So that motivated me to start a small computer institute of my own beside in getting involved in the family business. So in the daytime, I was involved in the family business. In the evening, I started a 2 to 3 room operation in the computer training business with a very meager investment borrowed from my father as well as some little bit of bank loan. Initially, I started in the ground floor of my house. And after that, once the thing started little bit growing, I rented some new office building, shifted to that place in Salt Lake, Kolkata. Then after 2 to 3 years, then I observed that hospitality management, particularly at the time it was called hotel management, some 1 or 2 private institutes are coming up beside the government institutes. So I thought of entering that field being a nascent industry. I did some market study, and after that I started the hotel management course in a small way, offering 1 year diploma program and certificate course of my own. So being in the nascent stage, there was no degree program available in the hospitality or hotel management field. Only the government institute, the IHMs, they were offering also the diploma program. So I started looking for the wider horizon. I thought that let me contact some foreign institutes, particularly in Switzerland as well as in United States, to get some approval from them to conduct their program. So that was the path-breaking thing at that time. There was no internet, nothing. So I visited this US consulate, I visited this British Council, collected data from them. I wrote the letter to them by normal mail, got the reply. Then I made a travel plan, went to Switzerland, went to United States, established contact with them, and started offering some certificate and diploma programs. So slowly, our name got popular in the market, and we got reasonably good response.
That's good. In fact, I have a little video for you to see.
Yeah.
Please have a look.
My name is Amy Shrestha and I'm from Kalimpong. I'm a BBA third year student, and talking about my experience in IIAS, I have become a different person after I joined IIAS, as this college has taught me to become a better version of myself. When I first joined this college, I was just a simple student, but now this college has turned me into a professional BBA student, and I'm very glad to be a part of this college.
My name is Akriti Joshi. I am in 5th semester in Bachelor in Hospitality Management. Here in IIAS, you can get a friendly environment with the teachers, and for your career development, you can get the help of your teachers. And for your better personality development and also for your career experience, you are sent for the ODC in here hotels available in Siliguri.
That's good.
Yeah, that's nice.
What are your childhood memories? Or like as a student or as a child, what was it like for you? Any particular memory that comes?
A failed entrepreneurship venture.
Oh really? Which one was that?
At the time, my age was around some 6th class. I was in 6th or 7th, that was the age. So I conspired with one of my cousin brothers to do some business in the wildlife selling.
You were in 6th class and you wanted to sell wildlife.
Wildlife means
That is a wild business.
wild business.
What wildlife?
Wildlife, I'll come to that. It's a funny thing. In fact, in our place where the suburb house, a lot in the garden, lot of squirrels and birds were available. So my cousin brother told me, so let us, you just procure those things, somehow catch those things. I will sell in the Kolkata market, the pet market. There was a pet market. It was not illegal at that time. So suddenly, then one day he came. Then I established a cage. Tried to, one squirrel came inside, and immediately I closed it. And I just tried to he was trying to come out, and then I forcibly caught him, that the squirrel, and immediately he bit my finger. So naturally, I was shocked with the whole thing, and I immediately released that. So that was the first venture. Was
The moment the squirrel bit you,
I just had to release that. That
because it's very rare to have a business where the product bites you.
Yeah. So that
But that was the business plan.
Yeah.
We will go to our house garden,
Yeah.
catch whatever animals we can, and sell them as pets. I didn't even know you can catch a squirrel in a page.
Yeah, right.
Well, you do think differently. But we have something on the screen for that.
Actually, this is the underguidance our chairman, Mr. Abhijit De. He has lots of potential and he has good leadership quality. But one thing is that he is not typical type of businessman. Actually, he is basically educationist. He always think that I have to grow with our staff, with our staff family. Basically, he think that it is a IIS family. And when he was started the business here in the year 1995. It's a small rented building. After that, we have taken first batch, 95 students. After that, lot of students are coming. He always think that the failure is the success.
That's interesting, for sure. What were some of the big hurdles you faced in the journey?
The hurdles is getting the good quality of the students, because only the inferior quality of the students used to come. I mean, those who are not getting admission in the engineering or their desired profession, second or third grade students used to come. Then slowly we had to do some lot of brand building and some educational, some newspaper stories about the careers and other things, unpaid stories of course. So those things created change the perspective of the parents as well as the students. Then another hurdle was getting the bank loan. because the bank managers were skeptical about giving a loan to an educational institute. So I'm talking about 2006. Running a business and particularly running an educational organization is not so easy actually. So many hurdles that have to be overcome. So that was a good learning ground that made my nerve strong. So I know that difficulties will come, but we have to overcome.
But I'm sure many people helped you in this journey, and many, like you mentioned, one gentleman already. But who are some of your inspirations? Who are some of your friends that really helped you? Your family, anybody who you owe your wherever you are today?
Yeah, definitely. Coming back to the family, naturally my parents were the pillars. And once I got married, my wife, Bandana, her name is Devi actually, she gave me a lot of support to me. But beside in the professional field, I can mention 2-3 names. One is Professor Ranjit Kumar Chaudhary. He was an ex-IIT alumnus and he was a guest faculty in our institute who was associated with me for quite a long time as a visiting faculty. And currently he is the governing council member. He helped me a lot. Plus a couple of our senior faculty members and the administrative staff.
I mean, speaking of personal life, you have these two campuses and all that. Do you have a work-life balance, or do you basically is it work and more work?
I try to make a work-life balance, although I have to travel very frequently, but still I try to maintain a proper balance between work and as well as I give a lot of quality time to my family, took them for a holiday.
We have something for you. Have a look.
Debraj Banerjee from Kolkata. The quality of education rendered by this institution and the continuous evaluation and re-evaluation is leading to ever increasing growth of this institution. Thanks to the initiative and leadership provided by Mr. Abhijit.
That was nice. What is your daily routine, work-wise and after work? What do you do? Any hobbies, interests?
I am generally an early riser. By 5 to 5:30 I wake up generally. And if the weather is clear, I go for a brisk walk for about half an hour to 45 minutes, come back, sit in my balcony, prepare my tea on my own, and my one small pet, the one dog is there, he sits beside me. I switch on the music, sometimes classical music, sometimes Rabindra Sangeet as a background. Then I enjoy those private moments for about 15-20 minutes. And after that, I sit in the home office desk to prepare a list of work to do for today.
Nice, nice. And about your college, what are some of the main, what is the main USPs of the institution? I understand the placements are pretty good.
Yeah.
Obviously, hospitality is a rising sector in India. So why don't you talk about that?
Yes, in fact, one of the strongest things is our alumni. I mean, our pillar. We have about more than 5,000 students have passed out in the last almost 3 decades. So they are now occupying various senior positions in industry all over India, and a lot of people have migrated abroad also. But beyond that, we try to impinge on the students the ethics part, actually, the basics of ethics, how to maintain ethics and how to make a work-life balance, to make a good human being. That is our ultimate motto.
And sir, lastly, like any message for the youth or audience or anybody watching this?
Youth message is very simple. I believe that success is a journey, not a destination. So you should go on, try to achieving everything. Don't think that it is the end of your any particular effort. That is one thing. Secondly, try to make a proper work-life balance and don't try to neglect your family and friends at the cost of your career. And finally, try to become a good human being.
Okay, well, those are all very good tips, definitely. Thank you so much for coming. We have a little tradition here. We just take a picture and hang it on our wall in the photo hanger. So I request you to come. I have a small memento for you as well for coming here. So come, sir. So join us next time as we bring to stage another celebrated educator of this country. Until then, keep watching Education Evangelist of India, powered by Great Place to Study. This is Chetan Bhagat signing off now. Take care.